It's time to think of others. Be careful on social media. And what's good to binge watch?
Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit Hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Hello and welcome to a Tuesday. Happy St. Patrick's Day. It is Tuesday, March 17th, 2020. It is day 184 of Gotta Get on Ellen. So today it is Happy St. Patrick's Day and a good old cheery old chap to all of you. That sounds a little British, not Irish. I don't know. I can't do accents. But I did want to tell you a happy St. Patrick's Day from Stumpy McSmelly. Yes, that is my leprechaun name. I put up a leprechaun name generator on the Hopefulist group page today. So please, if you see this, leave your name in the comments so that we can all share and get a good laugh. Because who wouldn't want to be named Stumpy McSmelly? I mean, come on. Stumpy McSmelly? Doesn't get any better than that. So, for the first time, I believe ever, I thought my podcast sucked so bad, that I stopped and started over again. I was about 17 minutes in, and I stopped, and I went, okay, this sucks. I just started over again. Here's part of my problem. It's very hard to find the balance of how you want to conduct a show in regards to what's going on with all the craziness. I want to be fun and entertaining for you. I want to give you something else to kind of concentrate on. But at the same time, that makes me feel like I'm not taking this coronavirus serious. That I feel like we're all not allowed to have fun right now, which is not true, but it feels a little bit like I'm making light of it, which again, I'm not, but it feels that way. Do you get what I'm saying? So I've been, I don't know, a little conflicted about how to move along and get things done when it comes to the daily podcast. I am going to be talking about the coronavirus and how it affects not just you, but others in the blog post today. But I will try to be better than that first run. I'm telling you, I did y'all a big favor because boy, oh boy, I was McSmelly. It was McSmelly. It was bad. I will tell you, though, that yesterday I went to the doctor. Not corona related. Every time I say that now, I'm like, it's not corona related. I had to go get my girly appointment done. Got my boobs squished while I was there. I really, really have to hand it. Get it? I literally handed my boob. I have to hand it to those technicians. They really, I mean, they just manhandle your boob. Like, I mean, it's like, it's not even like it's attached to you. They're like, all right, you got to put it here and let me grab this and I'll stick it over here and you move here and we do this. And so nice though. So nice. Worry about me the whole time. You know, I do not enjoy mammograms. Not that I think anybody does. But you know, can't this be done in an easier way yet? I mean, we even joked about it yesterday, me and the technician. You can walk through the airport and they can see through your clothes and see everything basically in those x-ray machines that they have. But you still have to squish your boob in order to get a picture of it. Come on. There's got to be a better way. So I've been made fun of in the past because I'm a baby when it comes to this. It hurts. I've always kind of thought it was because I have small boobs. I think that it might be easier for people with bigger boobs because you've got more room, to squish down maybe. I don't know. It was just my own little theory. So I was there yesterday. The woman told me I have very fibrous boobs, meaning they're very solid. There's not a lot of fat in them. And she said that's why it's more painful for me. So to all the people who've made fun of me for being a big old baby, for getting my boob squish, because it does hurt. She even said so. It would hurt you more than it would hurt people who have mostly fat in their boobs, she said. So there. Ugh. Glad that's done for the next year. Wanted to give you a little warning on social media. I got into it a little bit with a friend of mine yesterday on Facebook. I'm feeling a little bad about it. Here's what happened. The Woman in White Book Club shared a photo to the community page. And, I guess I'm a little on edge, like most of us. One of my pet peeves is people just sharing inaccurate information. My mother was famous for that. She would just see something that she liked, regardless of how true it was or not. She would just reshare. Share. And there's so much misinformation out there already that it's just really a sticking point for me when people just willy-nilly share stuff. So she had shared, it was just a picture of an excerpt from a book that was talking about what looked to be the coronavirus to a T. And at the top, it said, this is an excerpt from Dean Koon's book that was written 50 years ago, predicting coronavirus. So I went and searched to see if that was accurate, and it was not. It was an excerpt from a book from Sylvia Browne, from one of her psychic books. The Psychic, she has now passed on. There is mention of a virus in the book that was referenced, the Dean Koon's book, but not the passage that was shared in the picture. So I just kind of was like, all right, this is misinformation. Like, I get it. It wasn't a big deal. If she would have put it on her own page, I wouldn't have said anything. But to share it to a community page that's already so up in arms, it just kind of struck me. So I wrote on the post, this is an excerpt from Sylvia Browne's book, The Psychic, not Dean Koon's. Please research before sharing. That's what I wrote. That's it. So then I'm sure that didn't sit well with her. It probably wouldn't have sat well with me. However, I wouldn't have shared something like that in the first place. I know I'm sounding judgmental because I'm a little defensive because it went bad and I feel bad and it's probably my fault. It's always my fault. But anyway, she responded that it wasn't the fact of who wrote it. It was she just thought it was interesting that somebody wrote this years and years ago and now it's coming true. And then she said at the end, chill, with a little winky face, which really rubbed me the wrong way. Even when you put a winky face, it doesn't soften the blow to the word chill. It just doesn't. So, had she not wrote the word chill, I think that I likely would have just left it at that. And I almost did. But then these things just get stuck in my brain and I can't stop thinking about them. So I responded back again. I don't think I was rude. I didn't tell her to chill. I just wrote miscommunication. Cool. As long as it's interesting. She went on to defend her post a little bit more and then said, now I understand why people don't engage on Facebook. So at this point, I'm in a situation where the point I was trying to get across is completely lost. Nobody's focusing on that anymore. It's now about how we're reacting to each other. And I'm just talking about the two of us. I'm not even talking about onlookers. So, the way that it was handled ended up being the ultimate point. The point that I was trying to make got completely lost in the shuffle. So it really was pointless when it was all said and done. I did talk to my husband about it. He's usually the voice of reason in this house. I know. Shocking, isn't it? I say that in jest, obviously, because he's way more calm than I am. We all know that. It's okay. I said, I don't know. Was I being a bee? And he said, a little bit. All right. So I sent her a message. Apologized if I upset her. It was one of my pet peeves. I overreacted. I'm sorry. Should have kept scrolling. She refuses to read my message. And I know she's been on Facebook because I can see in the messenger, she was active a half hour ago and I sent it 3 hours ago. So she won't read it. Okay, I tried. So, sometimes just keep your mouth shut. We're all a little on edge right now. Unfollow people if you need to, and I have. I've started unfollowing people who are making this all about politics and people who are bashing other people, and I just, calm down. Take it easy. So like I said, we're all spending a little more time on social media because we have the time, and we're all a little bit on edge. So don't let the little things set you off like it did me. Let me be your example. Don't be Wendy. Don't be Wendy. Not good. It's not good at all. So I wanted to hear from you about what you're binge watching. Lots and lots of time we have on our hands right now. So tell me what you're binge watching. I was telling you about, we're really getting into the Apple streaming right now. I mentioned before, I will mention again, if you've not seen the morning show, you have to. You have to watch that show. I will warn you, it is very intense. It's very intense. But so important, I think. I watched a show, Joe and I just started a show called For All Mankind. Told you about that yesterday. Diane says, I have my husband home. Hogan's Heroes, something about cowboys. I have no clue. It's all junk. She says, give me Hallmark, Up, Animal Planet. They got to let him go back to work soon. Oh, Diane, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. Andy says he's watching Game of Thrones. You know what might be good, too? Maybe a rewatch. And we just did this last year, so we won't do it again this year. But a rewatch of Breaking Bad. Are you any Breaking Bad fans out there? Give that another go. You can always pick up so much more. Marcy says Hillary on Hulu. I looked that up. Apparently, it's a documentary about her run for president in 2016. Lynn says The Practice. That's an old one. Dawn says Criminal Minds. Another old one. Dolores. Got my heart, girl. Gilmore Girls. I got that on DVD. I can watch that anytime I want. I just got to hook up that DVD player now, which is a kind of a mess. Lauren says Psych. Kathy says The Outsider. I did look this up. The Outsider, let me double check. The Outsider, I believe, is from Stephen King, if that's the one I'm thinking of, and which is a little scary to me because, yeah, it's written by Stephen King. I'm a little afraid of Stephen King. I read one book once, scared the bejesus out of me. I saw the movie Pet Sematary, also scared the bejesus out of me. I just discovered, though, that Mare Winningham is in it, and I do enjoy her. She was one of my Brat Packers from back in the 80s. And Ben Mendelsohn stars in it as well. He was just in the last binge we partook in, which was Bloodline. So there are 10 episodes. It looks like this is on HBO. So I don't know if they're bringing out more episodes each week or if this is the end. Looks like the last one was March 8th. So I'm not sure if that's done for the season. I heard Dead to Me is coming back soon. That is also, violence and gore, severe. Ugh, that's still The Outsider. I don't know if I can do it. I don't like violence and gore. Of course, Breaking Bad had a lot of violence and gore. My husband kept saying that the whole time we watched it last year because I had already seen it. And then I rewatched it with him. He's like, I can't believe you like this. All this drugs and all that. I'm like, oh, just hooked me. Just drew me in.